Welcome to Global Properties, your go-to channel for everything real estate. Did you know that much of today's real estate market was shaped by colonial conquests? The land you walk on might have a history rooted in imperial rule, trade, and conflict. Let's dive into the colonial and imperial periods and explore how land became a powerful tool for control and economic expansion. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting to learn about the market, I'm confident you'll find something valuable here. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of real estate, from colonial conquests to its role as a modern economic asset. We'll uncover how historical events shape the way we perceive and interact with land today. It's a complex and often overlooked aspect of real estate, but understanding this history can provide valuable insights into current market trends and investment strategies. So, grab your notebooks, get ready to learn, and let's explore the captivating journey of real estate through the ages. A legacy of displacement. Before we dive into the modern real estate market with its zestimates and bidding wars, we need to take a step back in time. Let's rewind to the age of exploration, the colonial era, a period that fundamentally reshaped the global landscape, often with devastating consequences. See, when European powers like Britain, Spain, and Portugal set out to conquer new territories, they weren't just looking for spices and gold. They were after something far more fundamental: land. Land represented power, wealth, and the potential for future prosperity. It was the foundation upon which empires were built. And how did these colonial powers acquire such vast tracts of land? Well, they did it through conquest, through the often violent displacement of indigenous populations who had called these lands home for centuries. These weren't just battles, they were systematic efforts to erase existing societies and impose a new order, one where land ownership translated directly into colonial control. Think about the Americas, for example. The arrival of Europeans led to the decimation of countless indigenous communities, their lands seized and redistributed among colonists and colonial authorities. We're talking millions upon millions of acres changing hands, not through fair trade or negotiation, but through force and coercion. This land grab wasn't just a historical event, it cast a long shadow. The descendants of those displaced communities still feel the repercussions today. Many indigenous groups around the world are still fighting for recognition of their ancestral land rights, struggling to reclaim what was unjustly taken from them centuries ago. Think about the Aboriginal people of Australia, for example. Their connection to the land goes back tens of thousands of years. Yet colonization led to the loss of their ancestral territories, their sacred sites desecrated, their way of life disrupted. The fight for land rights in Australia is ongoing, a stark reminder of the enduring legacy of colonial land grabs. Or consider the Native American tribes in the United States. Treaties were signed, broken, and rewritten, leading to the forced relocation of entire tribes, the infamous Trail of Tears being just one tragic example. The impact of these historical injustices continues to resonate today, shaping the socio-economic realities of many Native American communities. This history isn't meant to make you feel guilty, it's about understanding the roots of the modern real estate system. It's about recognizing that the seemingly simple act of buying or selling property is intertwined with a complex and often painful past. And it's not just about the past. The echoes of colonialism are still present in land disputes happening right now, in the struggles of indigenous communities around the world to protect their ancestral lands from exploitation. Think about the Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the planet. Indigenous groups who have lived in harmony with this ecosystem for millennia are facing increasing pressure from logging, mining, and agricultural interests. Their fight to protect their land is not just about preserving their way of life, it's about safeguarding the environment for all of us. So the next time you see a piece of property, remember it's not just an empty lot or a house with a white picket fence. It's a place with a history, a story that often stretches back centuries, a story that includes both triumph and tragedy, conquest and displacement. Understanding this history is crucial, not just for history buffs, but for anyone who wants to navigate the world of real estate with awareness and sensitivity. The rise of real estate as an economic asset. As we moved beyond the era of outright colonial conquest, the concept of land ownership underwent another significant transformation. It evolved from being a symbol of power and control to a tradable commodity, a driver of economic growth, and a cornerstone of modern capitalism. This shift didn't happen overnight. It was influenced by industrialization, mercantilism, and new economic theories. Land, once valued for strategic or agricultural potential, began to be seen as a financial asset, something to be bought, sold, and leveraged for profit. This new perspective fueled city growth as rural populations moved to urban centers. It led to the development of financial instruments like mortgages and property deeds, making land transactions easier. The Industrial Revolution played a pivotal role. Factories needed land, workers needed housing, and entrepreneurs needed business spaces. This demand drove up urban real estate values, creating wealth but also exacerbating inequalities. Landowners and industrialists amassed fortunes, while workers often lived in cramped conditions. This period shows how land commodification could drive growth but also social disparities. The concept of land as an economic asset also influenced modern agriculture. Large-scale farming emerged, maximizing yields and profits. This often came at the expense of small farmers and rural communities. Critics like Henry George argued that private land ownership led to inequality. He proposed a single tax on land values to benefit society. Despite critiques, real estate as an economic asset flourished. Today it forms the bedrock of our global financial system. Real estate markets, from New York City to Hong Kong, are driven by this principle. Understanding this history is essential for anyone in the real estate market. It helps us make sense of property values, supply and demand, and the relationship between land, wealth, and society. So, as you navigate the world of real estate, remember you're engaging with a concept that has evolved for centuries, shaping civilizations and influencing our lives profoundly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights into the world of real estate. We've got a lot more exciting content coming your way, from market analyses and investment tips to fascinating stories about the history and future of real estate. Leave a comment below on what real estate topic you'd like us to cover next. We love hearing from you and want to make sure we're creating content that you find valuable and engaging. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in the world of real estate. So stay informed, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.